Hello everyone and welcome to the next review movie. Today I'm going to talk about a new movie I've just watched with my mom yesterday, and this movie was so amazing and so thrilling that I have to do a review. The most thorough review I've ever done so far. It is Transformers Rise of the Beasts. Even the name triggers so many curiosity and so many feeling of want to discover this movie even more. So this movie basically about kind of the robots and kind of like the desire to actually find a way back to their hometown. In this movie full of meaningful messages that I will go more in depth later in this video. So for now, we just first is the plot of this movie. I decided to read the plot from Wikipedia. So I will put a link in the description box below in case you want to learn more about this movie, about the previous episodes, about the characters, about the date of publishment, and so much more. Anyway, so let's come back to the plot. At first, when I kind of like start immersing myself into the flow of the movie, I totally had no idea what was going on because this movie kind of like divided into numerous films. Kind of like this is a series and I haven't watched the previous series yet, so it's kind of like confused for me first, but I kind of like got it now, and it opens so many meaningful messages that I really want to share with you guys in this video. Okay, so here's the plot. The homeworld of the Maximals, an advanced race of Cybertronians with beast modes, comes under attack from the planet-eating dark god called Unicron. Its heralds, the Terracrons, and an army of Predacon Scorpions, led by Scourge, seek to obtain from the Master the Maximal's greatest piece of technology, the Transwarp Key, which can open portals through space and time. The Maximal leader, Apelling, sacrifices himself to allow the other Maximals to escape the planet before Unicron devours it. Now under the command of Optimus Primo, the Maximals use the key to flee to Earth. Okay, so that's the introduction of the movie. When you first came to the movie, you will see a scene of kind of like a gorilla but in form of a robot actually kind of like sacrifice himself in order to save a magical key that can lead you to another dimension. Alright, so yeah, it's getting confusing and you will not figure out what's going on in this introduction, but you need to see the images, the wonderful and colorful illustrations in this movie will you understand what I'm talking about here. Alright, so we have a few new words here by the way. First is heralds. I think this means kind of like servants or something like that. Here it is. Herald mean a person or thing viewed as a sign that something is about to happen. It's mean kind of like an official messenger bringing news. So you can write it down because I think this new word is common. Alright, I just jot it down real quick, wait me a few moments. An official messenger bringing news. Alright. The next word I think is also kind of like new to me is divorce. Maybe destroys. I think that's my guess first, but let's see. To eat food or prey hungrily or quickly. Interesting. It's actually not devour, it's devour based on the pronunciation here. Devour means to eat in a way kind of like aggressively or something like that. Eat food or prey hungrily or quickly. It's kind of like to slurp the food. I've just encountered the word slurp when I was watching some mukbang videos because it feels so satisfying to see people eating so scrumptious food, and I just encountered this word about slurp means to eat food or drink water with noisy sounds. Alright, so next one. In 1994 Brooklyn, ex-military electronics expert called Noah Diaz struggles to find a job to support his family and is convinced by his friend Rick to steal a Porsche 911 to sell, only to discover that the car is the Autobot Mirage in disguise. Concurrently, a new word. Concurrently means to at the same time. This word is kind of an interesting alternative for simultaneously and at the same time, because I use at the same time all the time, and I think this might come in handy when I use this word again. At the same time, or simultaneously too. Concurrently, museum intern Elena Wallace studies an ancient statue of a falcon bearing the Maximal symbol and accidentally breaks it open to reveal half of the transwarp key hidden inside. The key releases an energy pulse that is detected by Optimus Prime, who summons the other Autobots. Mirage is contacted in the middle of Noah's attempted theft, and Noah is roped into the robot's mission to recover the key so they can use it to return to the homeworld, Cybertron. Drawn by the key's signature, the Terracons arrive on Earth, and Elena is caught up in a conflict when the villains attack the Autobots outside the museum. Scourge deactivates Bumblebee and steals the key half before the Maximal Eraser arrives and drives him off. Eraser explains to the Autobots that the Maximals have been hiding on Earth for thousands of years and split the transwarp key in two to keep it out of Unicron's hands. This is the right choice, actually. Despite the danger, Optimus Prime is insisting that the key is reassembled so that Autobots can use it to return home, while Noah secretly plots to destroy the key in order to keep his world safe. But don't worry, because Noah still came to sense at the end, in the middle of the movie, because he realized how the other word meant to the robots. Elena's studies allow her to deduce that the other half of the key must be located in a heightened temple in Peru, and the group heads out aboard the rather trapped cargo plane Autobot Stratosphere. Well, I really kind of mesmerized by the humor of this robot called Stratosphere. He's actually very old, and another synonym of old, maybe an old robot that is really funny. In Peru, they meet up with locally stationed Autobot Wheeljack, who leads them to the temple, but it is soon discovered that the other half of the key is no longer there. The Terracons attack once again, and the battle ends with Scourge corrupting Eraser with Unicorn's dark energy. Subsequently, the Autobots meet Optimus Primal and the other Maximals, who explain that they moved the second half of the key, interesting it to a human tribe, and they have worked with over the millennia. Scourge's corruption overtakes Eraser, driving her mad, and Primal is forced to kill her to save Elena. In the chaos, Noah attempts to destroy the second half of the key, but is convinced not to by Optimus, only for it to instead be stolen by Scourge, who then reassembles the two halves atop a volcano, erecting a tower and opening a portal above Earth through which Unicron will soon arrive. Seeing where their self-serving motives have led them, Optimus Prime and Noah agree to work together to defeat the forces of evil. While the Autobots and Maximals battle the Terracons and Predacons, Noah and Elena sneak in close to the transwarp key, planning to deactivate it with an access code Elena has uncovered. In the battle, Mirage is gravely wounded by Scourge, but transforms his damaged body into a powered exosuit for Noah so that they can fight together. The energy pulse released by the key activates a diamond energon deposit beneath the valley where Bumblebee was kept, which infuses his deactivated body with energon and restores him to life, his revival turning the tide of the battle. Optimus Prime kills Scourge, but not before the latter damages the control console to prevent it from being shut down. Willing to sacrifice himself, Prime destroys the key and collapses the portal, but Noah and Primal are able to save him from being sucked into the imploding vortex. In the aftermath of the conflict, Elena receives recognition for discovering the temple in Peru when Noah attends an interview for a security job, but finds he's actually being invited to join a secret government organization called G.I. Joe. In a mid-credit scene, Noah manages to repair Mirage using John Por's parts from Rick, who learns the car is a transformer. Oh my god, I kind of getting goosebumps while reading this whole summary because it's just so freaking amazing. I just love all the scenes and all the sound effects and the kind of illustrations of the movie. It's just so spot on. I mean, kind of like the car transform into the robots and the battle between these two rivals actually really interesting. I've never seen the movie like that before. It is probably the most amazing action and thriller movie I've ever seen so far. Well, you may think that I am actually exaggerating it, but you should watch this movie. I highly recommend it if you are a fan of robots, of technology, and especially of battles between robots and kind of like fictional movie, then you definitely need to take it into consideration. Alright, so here's some of the messages I learned from this movie. First is never give up, because kind of like the brother of Noah actually suffered from a illness, and Noah is the person who stays by his side and always encourage him to never give up. And when Noah actually gives up all his hope of surviving this battle, his brother is the person who told him a line that is still remembered today. You told me once I can do it, now I tell you, you can do it too. Listen to your heart. Listen to your heart. So you can see this message literally opens a new meaningful message. Is that never give up, even though there's just slightly hope. You need to believe in yourself that you are capable, you are actually can do this, that you can do this. And the second thing I've really appreciated from this movie is the friendship between each robot, kind of like the feelings and never give up their friends and always stand by the signs. Actually, it's really stand out nearly the end of the movie, where the leader of the robots called Pram actually nearly gravitated into the flow, but his friends actually rescued him in time, which show how much they meant to each other, and that movie is just so amazing. Alright, so that's pretty much everything I'm gonna say about this movie. This movie is now in a cinema theater. You can go to local cinema theater and check out this movie too, because yeah, it's just so amazing and out of the world. And you can even watch the trailer on YouTube videos so you can get a better understanding about this movie. And by the way, I will put the link of this down in the description box below about the Wikipedia blog. Right, thank you so much for watching this. I'll see you in the next video. Bye!